Hello and welcome to Sivias Plays Kerbal Space Program. Woo! Today we're going to start a new game of Kerbal Space Program, and we're going to do a science game. So we're going to start new. We're going to call it. It's going to be a science game. What sort of flag should we have? There's Kerbal. Ooh, a little Kerbal guy. I like this one actually. Yeah. That'll be our flag, and our game will be called P. J. McMunn. Yeah, we'll just do normal science mode. We'll do it for the science. We're gonna start building for the science. Sweet. I have played Kerbal Space Program a bit in the past, but they recently had a new update. Actually, I don't know how recent. I think it was a few months ago, but I haven't played it since then. So it's recent for me. And they added a few more features and building components and ways you can build stuff, which I really like. So I already know about all this. We have to use arrow keys to look around. Okay. These are the different stations at our oh man, got something in my throat. These are the different modules of our space center. We've got the air flight, the hangar and its runway, which is mirrored to the rocket assembly building, and the launch pad are kind of the two aspects of this game. You can build space planes. I've never really done it. I heard that they were kind of broken, but they might have fixed them. I don't know. Maybe we can delve into that into our space agency. Can be a space plane agency. I don't know. We'll see. Probably happen much further down the road, because currently we can only build a few select things. Normally we would go to research and development, and this would, as we gather science, we invest into research and what is it? I can't remember. Research and development. Right now we only have these objects. So we've got a computer flight. I do have one mod installed. It's the assembly redux mod. It adds more information on the screen when you're flying, which is really helpful. Things like where your apoapsis is going to be, how fast you're going, how much, I guess, delta V, which is actually just change in distance over time. So I don't really understand how delta V is. I don't know. They equate it to a value, like a consistent value, but I don't really understand exactly. Kerbal engineering system. Yeah, these are the two items that come with that. I think you have to have both of them to get the on-screen information when you're flying. Command pod Mark 1. This is just our basic command module. You have to have it. Either that or some sort of radio, which we get later in the research tree, where you can send out probes to different planets and stuff. You can do rovers and things. You don't have to have a a guy up there being dangerous and stuff. If you lose it, you don't lose a pilot. Although in science mode, I don't think that matters as much. I think that you kind of just get your guys, and it's not a big deal. But in the career mode, which is significantly harder, and I'm kind of waiting for the game to come up for full release before I really delve into that. I did once, and it just was like I got stuck. Because you only have so much money you can spend, and you have to take on contracts and perform certain tasks. I just want to do it for the science and see how far I can get, at least for this run. A basic fuel engine for a liquid fuel tank, solid fuel booster, a really small fuel tank, a girder segment, so this is like structural girders that you can assemble, This is your antenna. This is how you send data back to the planet, Kerbin. And your Mark 16 parachute. That's if you ever want to recover anything, you got to put a parachute on it. At the next stage, once we get 5 science, currently we have 0. At the next stage, we'll get a smaller fuel tank, a bigger fuel tank, a mystery goo containment unit, which is pretty vital in collecting science, and a decoupler. The decoupler is like the core of being able to launch stuff into space, because you can't carry everything with you all the time. It's too heavy. You got to do it in segments. So, well, we have to unlock the coupler, but we need some basic science. And then you can kind of see what where you've discovered things. Right now, we've discovered nothing. We've run no experiments. Nothing is happening in none of the biomes because we haven't done anything yet. But these are the different planets in our solar system: the Sun, Moho, which has no moons; Eve, which has Gilly, the moon; Kerbin, which of course has the Mun; and the Minmus. Duna, Ike, Drez has no moons; Jewel has a ton of moons; and Elu. You can go to all these different planets. It's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. Okay, mission control. This is where you can kind of anything that you have currently out in space, you can track them. Yeah, we won't be getting into this for a little while at least. Yeah, so we'll back out of that. This is all your pilots and stuff. Like I said, it's not a big deal if you lose them. If they're lost or missing, I think you can just get more. They all have unique Kerman names. They're all brothers, apparently. I've never seen a female Kerman. Or Kerbin. Kerbal. There we go. The administration is closed and the mission control is closed. But yeah, let's get started. Let's build a rocket. First thing that we need to do is collect some science. We gotta get... Oh, hello, Werner von Kerman. Chief Rocketry Engineer. On your left, you'll find some components, construction of your spacecraft. Select a starting part, then attach others to build it. Yep. That's really it. Anyhow, if you need a more in-depth explanation, okay, we don't. First thing that we need to do is we need to get a command module. It's a little loud. I'm going to turn that down. We'll go down to the ground here because our rocket is not going to be very big. In fact, we can actually do some really easy, quick preliminary stuff. I don't need any of this, so we'll just launch this. We won't even save it because it's not going to be. There's no use. There's no point because it's just 2 parts. That's all it is. It's just 2 parts. Man, this takes forever to load. Hopefully, once it loads the first time, we won't have to do it so long afterwards. So yeah, this is our flight engineer information. This right here, and this, which I'll actually turn those down so it's not as in the way. That was the mod that I installed. It tells you some information that you would normally have to go into the space view to see, and it's so helpful being able to see exactly like how high your apoapsis is going to be and how long you get to it without having to actually look here, especially during launch. But it doesn't really matter right now because we just need some science. So I don't even think let's do a crew report. We want to transmit this. Well, here, let's open up our resources. We have 50 electric charge. We can transmit this. I have no data to transmit, so I just have to review crew report. I overwrite the existing one. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's the same one. And we'll just keep the data. We'll hold it on the ship. Then we need to jump out of our ship. Here's our Kerbin. I think this is Jebediah. Way to go, Jebediah. You can hit R and load up his... He doesn't get much lift here, but when you're out in space, it gives you enough. We need to take an EVA report. We're going to get 2.4 science. We'll keep that. We need to take a surface sample from the launch pad. We get 9 science for that. Yeah, so we'll keep that too. We'll just board this and we'll recover the vessel. And that should give us enough science for our first thing of training. We've done it. We've got our science. Yep, 12 science. We only needed, 5? Jebediah Kerman, ready for his next assignment. Cool, so we'll go, oops, that's not where I want it to go. We'll go into research and development, and we'll get our basic rocketry. And we still have 7.9 to go, but everything else costs 15, 18, or 20 science. So, but we've got this now. We've got the mystery goo containment unit. That's really the big one. So what we'll do, so we'll go back into here. I'm going to, whoa. Let's just lift it up here. I think it puts it down on the ground anyways. There we go. Now they've got science. We need to go to get the mystery containment goo. This is a new thing that they put on, is mirror symmetry, so I can double up a mirror, which is so cool. So instead of always being, you know, on the opposite side, you can mirror things. So I like to mirror it like this, and put a couple of science containers on the bottom lip of my container, or my science vessel thing. I'm now realizing that you don't actually need to put this on to get the engineer thing, which is kind of nice. But yeah, these are the, I don't want any of that. This would be the data recorder that you would put on to get your menu, but it looks like it just works anyways. Maybe you can disable that so you have to put these on. That's what I read in the instruction thing. But we'll just put it on anyways because, I mean, it's cool looking, right? We'll get an antenna. Let's stop putting so much weight on the bottom of that. We'll put it like right here. Boom. There's our antenna. So now we've got another basic vessel command module. We'll just call it command module. Basic command module. Well, really what I should be doing is going into, where did they move this? Or maybe they don't have them anymore. Oh, there is an advanced mode. Ooh. Filter by function, module, resource, manufacturer, tech level, subassemblies. That's what I want. Add custom category. Oh, wow. Okay. We want a subassembly. You can do all subassemblies. We'll just do command modules. We will give it the image. What would make sense? Huh. Different rocketry sizes. We'll just do that. Actually, we'll do that one. No, I could use that for like, whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll change it if we need to. So we'll drag. I think you can just click and drag into. You can't do it for. Oh no, you can. Okay. Basic command module. Goo and antenna. Okay, so now we've got. If we ever need to start a new one, even though this wasn't very hard, that's how you make subassemblies. Make those things happen. So we want to go back to, let's just do basics. We've got our parachute. We will need the decoupler after. This is the last thing that I want to land with the parachute. So everything's after this is going to have a decoupler. But I think what I want to do is we'll just call this one the. How should we? We need a naming convention for our mission, our Apollo mission, our Pegasus mission, the Orion missions. We need let's do the we'll do our Turtoil. Our Turtoil, I like that. The Turtoil Mark 1. Boom. Save. we'll go to launch because I want to get the science from the goo pods on the lander pad. I don't want to do this again later, just for something so easy. Come now, let's load it. Alright, so we'll go in, we'll do this, we'll observe our mystery goo, and we'll get 3 science for it. We'll grab that. Awesome. I don't think, maybe I can do it again, but I don't think I get any, or I get a reduced value for it. So we'll see if I do that. We'll recover our vessel, we'll head back into the launcher, and then we'll build our first rocket. Oh, it only took us 15 minutes. Only. So yeah, I only got 3.7 science. So the first one I got 2, second one, or 3, the second one I got 0.7. So you get a significant loss and reduction of value of science when you do it a second time. So cool. Let's see. Let's see if we can actually. I have 11, so I can't even get survivability. I really want to go down the science tree as quick as possible so that I can start getting science faster, because there's a lot of places that are really easy to get to that you can gather science from, but you don't want to have to ever do it again. You know, like if I can get all the science for flying around Kerbal really quick and early, then I don't have to like do it later. Build some stupid ship to go, you know, to very specific locations or something. But I probably will have to anyways. But let's get some easy science first before we start doing some mun landing. Let's build our... no, this one, let's put a small tank on it. Or a medium tank. We'll do a liquid fuel engine. Looks good. I'm going to put a decoupler after that. Move this up a bit. We'll do 2. Why don't let's just do 3. We'll do 3 bigger ones. Oh, and I clicked off Kerbal. Okay. 3 big ones. I need another decoupler. Boop. Move that up a bit. No, do I really need another decoupler? We'll put it there for now. I did it again. I wonder if I can confine my mouse to this window. Let's put a rocket on the end of it. An engine. And then I think I have some side decouplers. No? No. I get those later. Radial decouplers are sweet because you stick them on the outside, and then the stuff lets go of it. So we'll just keep calling this one the Mark 1 until we make some large changes to it. That way we can go back to a previous version and yeah. I'm dropping so many frames. Oh man, I have to pause for a bit and get my stuff fixed because currently I'm just not doing very well. So before we launch our next ship, we'll come back. We'll just have a quick 20-minute episode or so, and we'll start up part 2 in just a minute.